my kind of dinner. The only thing that's a little bit different between us is she portioned out a little bowl, and I would have just taken the whole thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been there, you know that.
So, you know, I was especially excited that you were willing to come and do Thanksgiving type recipes for us, because you probably don't do a lot of Thanksgiving meals, do you?
Well, in theory, I shouldn't, because, of course, you know, part of your Thanksgiving is something that's removed from us, and in fact, actually doesn't want us there.
Exactly.
But actually, I've got a lot of American friends, because in a way, in London, you know, it's a big American community, so I'm often invited, and I think that's a really great thing, because I think whether it's from your country or not, that the notion of having a meal where you sit down and you realise how grateful you are for what you have is important.
It's a lovely
But I have
notion.
to say, you know, I do have a friend of mine who is a real New Yorker, which, you know, is in other words, the only thing she makes for dinner is reservations. And I hate to think about her phone bill, because she was once on the phone to me, across the Atlantic, and you know, like in old movies when they're landing, you know, I talked her through, I landed that turkey for her. I was on the phone.
So you were like Cristiano de
and I was saying, no, a bit more, no, poke it in its thigh now. Okay, and then for another hour she phoned me later.
You talked her through the entire prep.
Yes.
Fabulous. That is fabulous. That's a smart woman. She must have had a hell of a phone number. But what are you going to do for us today? What's the first thing you're going to show?
Well, this is, I think, a really fabulous side dish, you know, for a Thanksgiving meal. It's butternut squash with thyme and some pecans and some blue cheese. Now, I love this because, in a way, you know, it's like a slight alternative to the sweet potato, although you could use sweet potato, but I do it the lazy girl's way, which is I don't peel.
You leave it right on there.
And I have found, and maybe I'm making a virtue out of necessity, but I have found that when you leave the peel on, it doesn't go to that slightly watery mush quite as much. It almost helps it caramelize, and I even eat that. I like it when it's
the peel, even when it's just quartered and roast, the way we normally make it.
Can I do what I always have to do in people's houses?
Sure.
Can I see what's in your fridge?
Oh, sure, go ahead. Probably whatever we made in the last show. Not much.
No, that's
a lot of stock.
Show. Oh, lots of stuff there.
Yeah, lots of stock and some pickled vegetables.
No, that's pickled vegetables?
Yeah, some giardietta on the door. I like
good.
it.
You like that? Oh, I'm going to get back to this.
Show us the roadmap to this.
This is really... It's about 4.5 pounds, I'd say, for 6 to 8 people, depending on what else you're doing. But I'd say 2 squashes, you know, I mean, don't get hung up on the weight. You're going to...
get 2 big ones.
Yes, and then just chop them. If I start wielding a knife now, there'll be trouble. I can just tell it. I'm standing next to Sicilian. I'm just going to do it like this. So really, these will shrink a bit, as you know, when you cook them. So they're really, I'd say, about 2 inches by 1 inch.
Yeah, just big
again,
cubes.
it's just enough so you don't want to spend all night waiting for them to cook. And what I think is great about this too is that because it's got the nuts later and the blue cheese, you're kind of also making sure, in case someone says they've turned vegetarian that year or their boyfriend's vegetarian, you've got something which is really got protein and it's substantial, so it covers you.
That's right.
I love
it's a nice alternative.
Yes.
You know, it could be an entree for someone.
And you see how this is just almost like a jelly roll pan, a bit bigger.
Right.
And the reason why this is useful is, you know, the oven is already so crammed.
Yeah, the oven is really full, so the thinner the pan, the better.
The thinner the pan, the better.
And you know, remember guys, you can also get tricky and put it underneath the rack. The bottom of your oven is another rack. I just saw a woman go,
I know.
I know.
Good,
There's a big noggin. I use it occasionally. So anyway,
so we're going to do, and also the thing is, I'm going to put about 3 tablespoonfuls of oil.
I just do it till it's coated. Whatever that is, that's it.
But I carry on a bit beyond sometimes if I'm not watching it. So I'm trying to say, you don't want this floating in oil because you want to toss everything together later. You don't want it just running. A bit of salt. And this is what I really... Now, this is going to be the thing that defeats me. No, I've managed. I'm very clumsy. I get frightened of opening packets.
Yeah, explain it to me. I'm a bobblehead.
So I've got some fresh thyme, which is fabulous.
Can I pull this one out, the one that's already roasting?
Yeah, you just do that. I'm going to carry on stewing.
It's just salt, pepper, and thyme. You want me to just...
That's so
Am I going in here?
Let me help you. Don't burn yourself.
I've got those
too late. Isn't it too late? Yeah, me too. So I'm going to add a bit more.
Throw it all into a bowl.
I'm going to do a bit more stewing.
Strewing.
Oh,
wait, I want to strew too.
That
sounds
good.
Fun.
But you know you can use dried thyme as well, so it's just...
But I love the fresh herbs, especially around the holidays. The stores are just stocked full with them.
This has got the right mixture between fresh and also almost...
I love the smell of fresh thyme.
Okay, this is about a cup of blue cheese. I'm just going to go like this. You can use blue cheese crumbles.
And we got some toasty pecans.
Oh, that's great.
Do you want the whole halves or chopped?
You know, just put them all on. By the time I've tossed it all together, some will have broken.
It'll break up a bit.
We needn't worry too much. The point about this, as you said, you've got asbestos hands, so have I.
Exactly, you just throw them in there. My mom said that the 2 most useful kitchen instruments are on the ends of your arms. You should use them.
Yes.
And people forget how much fun it is to play with their food, to get their hands in there and get cooking.
You really feel it, and see, that's it, and you've got that.
Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. She's not done yet, though. She also did a really fun thing. She let us inside her London. Is it your studio kitchen?
Yes, it is. It's my...
Let's take a peek. Here we go. Nigella.
Hi, Rach. Welcome to my new kitchen. I love the feeling that a kitchen isn't a lab, but it's more like a room in the house. Now, there's one thing I'm really emphatic about. I hate drawers. Nothing drives me madder than pulling out drawers and rummaging through them, and I can't find a thing. I like everything out. I like to be able to stretch for it and get it. I want everything to be practical, useful, but beautiful around me. This is my candy jar, and not only is it filled with gorgeously wrapped candy, tastes nice too, but I've got some special little lights that are battery operated so they can be twinkling. So when I have people coming over for supper, it's like beautiful decoration. Now this, my fridge. I need it cluttered. I've got drinks, blue cheese, which is when you're in a hurry and you want to give flavour to something, that is what you want. I've always got leftovers, so I don't have to worry about what I'm going to have for supper if I haven't had time to cook. Eye makeup remover. Really, if you're feeling a bit weary and you take your eye makeup off with cool eye makeup remover, you will feel much better. So this is my pantry. I don't necessarily want the children eating food that I want to eat myself. This, I found, is a very good way of stopping them. If I were to open it, you will see inside a lot of chocolate. It's chocolate with bits of bacon in. And I love sweet and savoury together, and the salt of the bacon, it's all crispy inside the chocolate. Strangely good. It's like my grotto here, and I think that just those small bits of light twinkling out, again, make this room into something that's welcoming and warming, and not as if I'm just about to start chopping in a sort of frenzy of efficiency. Luckily, that will never happen.
A chocolate bacon? Are you kidding me with this? That sounds so good. Salt and sweet in the same place.
It's so heavenly.
You have got to send me some of this chocolate bacon business.
It's a deal.
Oh, I need a case. All right, so up next she's going to show us a very sweet recipe, which is great because I don't do a lot of baking, as we all know. And we'll be right back with Nigella. More after this. What are we making? Tell me. Your Thanksgiving will not be complete without Nigella's delicious dessert.
I'm just stirring in the butter.
That's it. I could do that. I really could do that. We're back with the beautiful Nigella Lawson. She's already given us a super simple, delicious way to enjoy some butternut squash. And what I love best about this recipe, other than the beauty of the simplicity of it, is that she left the skin on. And that's always such a bother. And when I thought about it, I always eat the skin because it gets nice and tender.
And it makes it taste better, and it's better for you. Yeah. So you just don't have to keep justifying it like I am.
I love that. So now we're moving on to something sweet, which is fabulous because this is not my strength, shall we say. I call the bakery.
But you say that, but you know, this is not... This is kind of baking that you can do just when you're tired, when you've got 10 people asking you different things, when you've got all the shopping to unpack and everything.
It doesn't require a lot of focus.
It really doesn't. And
okay.
And it's sort of, there's no trick to it. It's just good because it's simple. So here I've just, you know, this
what are we making? Tell me. I'm guessing blackberry.
You're guessing the blackberries.
Crumble?
It's blackberry crisp. I always think it should be called blackberry soggy, but because it kind of goes. It should be called blackberry soggy because what happens is the topping goes almost fudgy, you know, with the fruit. But it's called a blackberry crisp, so I observe the protocols.
I love blackberries. I love blackberries, so I'm in good with this one.
And you could use any fruit. You know, it's just that this is nice.
It's a
and
method,
autumnal, and it's
not a
method.
specific recipe, right?
So here, a stick of butter, a stick and a tablespoon to be precise, melted.
Stick in a bit.
Stick in a bit. You know,
A stick in a bit.
No one's going to be calling up to say, is that really a whole stick? Is there more than a stick? Okay, so I do it lazily. I don't make a paste because you know that juices are going to come out of the fruit when they cook. I've got
so let it do its own work.
Yeah, 2 teaspoons of corn flour, tablespoons of corn flour, just in there, just.
You don't have to do anything with it. Don't paste it. Just throw it in.
I'm going to throw it in.
And
you can use sugar. So I often keep bits of vanilla in sugar, and that
what a fabulous idea!
You just need one, and you know the really awful thing is if you use it for
it smells
custard,
great.
you wash it up, dry it, and put it in sugar. You don't ever throw vanilla away.
It's fantastic.
So, about 1/4 cup. I'm going to use that because it really scents it, but otherwise regular sugar, you know, it's fine. And then here, I've got 1/2 cup of flour. I've got some lovely soft brown sugar. A 1/4 cup of sunflower seeds. You can use any seeds, but I like these. Again,
I love
makes
when
me
you
feel healthy, and then I don't worry about the butter and the flour.
Exactly, you've got some
Sliced
grains
almonds
and some seeds in there, and I think, that counteracts all the sugar.
It really
and
does. It's so full of well-meaning. Oats.
Exactly.
Everyone says you're good if you have oats. So there we are. It's 1/2 cup of oats.
I do that. It's sort of girl math with the calories. If I eat a huge bowl of pasta, if I have lots of dark greens after, I feel like, it's a wash.
It is.
Yeah.
So tell me now.
It is. Oh, you know, I wanted to mention the book because this is what I believe in. This is what I do. This is how I cook, how I live.
You're the queen of that. You are
Nigella
the queen.
Express. It's 130 easy. Anybody can do them. Nothing to them. Fabulous dinners. Isn't that right? That to me is a bargain. Now let me ask you: when you're coming up with a new cookbook, or you're writing for the shows, does your family critique what you're doing?
I have children, and children are the fussiest eaters in the world, but they really try hard. So occasionally my son will say something like, you know, Mum, I know that looks disgusting, but it tastes nice. I was like that,
that's nice.
Which is sweet.
He sugarcoats around the edges.
He's got a recipe. Well, he's sort of done a recipe in the book, and as I say, this is if a 10-year-old boy can do a recipe, you know how I said with the follow. It's minestrone in minutes because he likes that. My son is called Bruno, so we call it Brunostrone. But it's just a little soup he made up.
That's fantastic.
And it works.
That's fantastic.
Good.
Oh, we'll put this recipe up because we're chitting-chatting in the middle of everything, so I don't want to lose you.
Yes, it'll be there.
It's up on the site.
I'm just stirring in the butter.
Fabulous.
And that's it.
That's it. I could do that. I really could do that.
You really could.
I could.
And I'm now just going to mix it all up. And then you can see why I say it should be called blackberry soggy rather than blackberry crisp. It does crisp up a bit when it
Well,
bakes.
we should just change the name, and that's that. They should have checked with you first.
I know, but I was tempted to do it, but I thought, did it sound appealing?
No, soggy really doesn't.
No, soggy,
that's
it
the only
is,
part of
but
your
it
mouth
doesn't.
that's not working.
No, that isn't. So I reined myself back in.
Yeah, you got to rein yourself back in.
So that's
well, the nuts will get crispy, right?
No, it does. It gets great in about half an hour.
That one's going to be hot, even for asbestos fingers.
I know, but don't worry.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Let's put this down.
Look how pretty that looks. Fantastic. No. He's waving bye-bye, but we're not going bye-bye till I get to try some of these blackberries, because it's absolutely gorgeous.
Cream, ice cream, or both?
Cream. Are you cream, ice cream, or both?
How can you ask?
Okay. Yeah. He's flailing his arms.
He just wants to eat something himself.
Well, you know what? It's rude to eat in front of people without giving them a snack, too. These are really cool, you guys. They're from Herbert Confections, and they're called Fully Loaded Chocolate Bars. There's Very Good, Rocky Road, Mocha Nola, and Dark Turtle. From Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. Thank you, Snack of the Day. This is my Snack of the Day. Thank you, Nigella, for coming by. Anytime.
It's lovely to see you.
Heaven. Absolute heaven. Grab yourselves a snack. We'll be right back. Find out which sexy TV star used to be a big nerd.